Corbo, Lorbo, Jeetbo Re in grand style. 80-run shellacking that Kolkata Knight Riders have given the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Three of us have gotten his prediction spot on. Shashwat had the chance.
No, he got it right. He said they'll 30, 40, 50 run margin. He's right. 80 is close. 50
He said KKR are 20, 30, 40 runs
Achha.
below par.
Oh, I forgot. I thought So I was thinking all along that Shashwat is, I remember 50 runs he said. So I thought 50 run margin he was saying. Acha.
That is 20, 30 runs short.
20, 30
I
runs
was going
short.
to give him benefit of the doubt ki 50 bola, chalo 80 still, he deserves some sort of praise. I didn't know he said 50 run short.
20, 30 runs short, I said.
No,
20, 30, 40, 50.
Yeah, you went like this. I don't
Till
forget
40.
that.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, but as is the case, that's why I tell him. If you get your prediction right, does not mean you see what is happening and you call that.
No, I genuinely felt that the wicket will ease out much more, and
But you earlier said that there's nothing wrong with the pitch. You
Yeah.
said, what is wrong with this pitch? It's an amazing pitch.
There is
to
one
batter.
patch that the spinners will use.
one patch they have used so well that
Not one
they have
patch.
not left
It was
anything.
if you saw KKR's innings, even to the naked eye, it was looking like a double pace inning. But there was that phase, no? That's why I said someone like Ajinkya Rahane and Angriksha Raghuvanshi will not take this much time to be batting at that strike rate. And then even if you thought that they were out of form, when a Rinku and a Venkatesh Iyer came at that time, they were batting run a ball for a very long time. So it was not that you are in the fifth over. You had reached 12, 13 over with 7, 8 batters or 5 good batters left. And that couldn't have been your approach. So there could have been only two reasons. One, bad pitch, or this was next level
KKR conservativeness.
No, not conservativeness, foolhardiness,
Foolhardiness.
just a big blunder, which I don't think they would have done, right? So, and see, that's exactly what happened. That if I was KKR and if I desired, and if the curator heard me and I said, okay, one wish I will give you for this entire tournament and make you a two-paced or a sluggish pitch, pick one match. If I had to pick one match, it would have to be against Sunrisers Hyderabad, because the one team that loves pace on the way. And you see they did not move away from their approach, Sunrisers Hyderabad. But today was a foolish day to have that approach, because you were never going to connect. Not that you had some great bowling.
Yeah.
You mistimed most of the shots, and you had to play the conditions which KKR did.
KKR will now want to photocopy this pitch and keep it in the remaining 6 strips, because that is the only way then that they'll capitalize on their home advantage. Because see, last year they lost 2 games, but it took 2 freakish knocks to ensure
and both
that
home games.
Both home games.
Yeah.
No, so for against every team, this may not work. For example, I think Gujarat will give them a fight in conditions like this.
Delhi.
Even Delhi to an extent, but Delhi, spinners, I'm not too confident. They're batting, yes, but the Delhi spinners, you've got someone like an Akshar, again, is not that pedigree spinner.
Yeah.
Though I think their batting can adjust to that other thing. But let's say a Gujarat, because they have batters like a Sai Sudarshan or a Gill, who will then play conditions and get you a good total. And of course, they'll have spinners to then. I'm still saying KKR may still be favourite, but at least in these conditions, you won't be able to take them lightly. But SRH, these conditions
Are their kryptonite.
Yeah, that had to be their kryptonite.
And it was today, there is nothing that went right for SRH at all. For at least, if you look at it, 25 overs, or even if you say 35 overs, they weren't in the game at all. 5 overs, they had a chance. They had gone to the openers chiefly. But then, as I said, 7.3, they still managed next 7.3 overs to have a good scoring rate. Then, after that point, carnage, 78 runs, killed it.
I think
last 5 overs.
When KKR were 106 for 4 after 13 overs, that's when I thought that SRH could have capitalized, but it was actually the other way around with Venkatesh Iyer and Rinku Singh, going for those big shots, and I think that's where they lost it. I think which also brings me to a point that I made in one of the previous dugouts also, that SRH don't really have a plan B for these kind of wickets.
No, they don't have a plan B. They've made it very clear. They have said, no matter what, we'll win or we'll learn. But we will keep playing this batting.
No, but do you think that where one of the very few games where a team batting first has went on and won the game?
Yes.
So lots of credit for that I think we should give to the Kolkata Knight Riders, because
Curator.
No, Kolkata Knight Riders team.
You said he's going to
Also
to
the curator for listening to their captain, but to reassess their innings midway and go to a total, because we have been talking about this since a couple of dugouts and our shows as well. The teams maybe are not able to assess the conditions properly. Even if they are, they think that the right approach is to go about that. So that right score, which is what is the right score to get in the first innings, maybe not 260. This is how it's going to be now, moving ahead.
True. I don't know if it will happen in every pitch, because in a flat pitch, then you will keep. Let's say if this was a flat pitch, like you are getting in some games, then this same KKR team, when let's say even if they lost their openers early, you are 16 for 2 openers gone, and Ajinkya Rahane, Angarik Chakravarthy will try and bat at 200 strike rate. Let's say they also fall down and you are 90 for 4 hypothetically, then a Venkatesh Iyer and a Rinku Singh will also continue to bat at 200 strike rate, because you will then have a Russell or a Moeen and a Ramandeep and a Harshit Rana to come, so you will bat, and that is understandable. Today again, this is you got a clue into the mindset of the Kolkata team in the mid innings, that I thought, one, as you're saying, that they reassessed, but more so, I have a feeling that they knew this is the kind of pitch that's going to be there today. So while their openers are still given the job, that new ball might come onto the bat, and Narain's job is anyway to attack. We've seen even Quinton de Kock play his aggressive stroke and get out. But I think from there on, it was already a plan. And so, sometimes what happens, you try and play a few big shots, they don't come off, and then you say, no, I have to change. But what it looked like with an Ajinkya and Angariksha, Venkatesh Iyer, Rinku Singh, that they began only with that approach, which is telling me that in their team talk, even before they took onto the field, they had understood the condition, saying that, listen guys, this is not a pitch where you have to go bang bang. This will be a bit two-paced. You play to the merit of the ball. If you have to be a bit conservative, be. And if you get a ball in your range, which is what we said, this is a pitch where if it's good length, short of good length, you can't time it. You cannot clear the infield. That's when you will miss time it. If it is an over pitch delivery in your area, then even if the pitch is sluggish, you'll go. And I think that's the advantage that a KKR took towards the death, when there were lots of full tosses bowled, a lot of balls in the area where they could really swing, and got those runs. So I think KKR came well prepared. Well done to their team management, which would include a Chandrakant Pandit and a captain Ajinkya Rahane, and well done to their team management to have finally, the tougher bit, to have convinced the curator also. It wouldn't have been an easy task. And if you see, by the way, the signs of this happening also were there, because if you heard the curator's latest comments, he had softened his stance from that stance which he took in the first game, where he said, boss, this is what it is, take it or leave it, you can't tell me what is the kind of pitch I will make, to the few comments that he made even on our platform and after that, where it seemed like that they were getting to a common ground. So going forward, I think KKR is going to be very happy, and they don't even have to threaten to move the team out of
which
Kolkata.
Means that I think KKR going forward would absolutely be fine with having just 2 specialist pacers in their playing 11, specifically at home games. And Moeen Ali, I think an extended run for him. You may not see the same thing when they play in different conditions, but I think they probably now have cracked the code as far as what's the 11 that they want to field in the home conditions.
See, so this is mostly the combination that you'll play in many of the venues,
but not Moeen everywhere, I'm sure. I think there's going to be another seamer. It could be Spencer Johnson, it could be Chetan Sakaria for that matter. You never know. Andrik Nokia is also close to full fitness.
So I think that's so on days where you get a spinning track, maybe you bring in a Moeen and gives you that batting, and on a day where you really need out and out fast bowlers, maybe a Bengaluru, maybe that's where you then go with Andrik Nokia.
So basically, let's just break their Kolkata's campaign further ahead. They need to win. They won 2 out of the first 4. They need at least 6 out of the next 10. And 2 home games they've already played. So in the next 5 games out of the 10, they need to win at least 3 at home and 2 away. Only then there's a possibility.
You're saying that they need 5 wins, right?
6 wins. They need 6 wins in all now. And 5 they are playing at home.
Guaranteeing. You can even win 5 and possible.
NRR complications.
But why would any team want to win that?
They would want that win 10 out of 10, and go to top and get another shot.
Yes.
They would want. But I'm saying the worst case scenario, for them. Like the minimum bar has to be another 5 wins.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you don't look at home and away, I think they have the team to play all conditions.
Yeah.
So if you really get to a Bengaluru sort of a venue where you will need fast bowlers, you have enough firepower there. If you need a spin-friendly track, you have enough firepower. So they have a well-rounded team as such. I think going forward they may look at. I still feel that between Quinton and Gurbaz, I may still go with Gurbaz. I believe Gurbaz initially was not well or something.
97 QDK.
I know, which I love, which I maintain is the best inning. But with QDK, what happens now, or tends to happen, is inconsistency.
Yeah.
One day he will, give you, and you can't have two inconsistent batter. I'm anyway taking a Sunil Narine, because with Sunil Narine, I think he's a waste in the lower half. It's like,
But then you're wasting Ramandeep, you have to waste one. Who would you want to waste out of the two?
No, I don't want to waste anybody. So Ramandeep, as I said, it's role specific. Ramandeep is for when I need tonking, right? He will bat at a position where either I'm batting first or chasing. I will need to go at 250 strike rate, which I don't think Sunil Narine can do for me at that stage.
Yeah.
But a Sunil Narine can give me a 200 strike rate start. And anyway, as I said, I don't expect big scores from him. What I don't want from him is wasting deliveries.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time. Yeah. You either get going or get out. Also is fine.
Yep.
No wasting of time, because I have enough batters still, Ramandeep or even Harshit Rana. I'll utilize them. You give me that start, so at least I've utilized him in some way. But the other batter has to be the consistent one, no? Because Narine will do his job with the ball. He's got much more utility in a team. But the other batter, again, I think I agree that Quinton has played the best knock for me, despite that Shreyas Iyer selfless knock, Ishan Kishan 100, Ashutosh Sharma rear guard action, all of that. Because of that conditions of the pitch, I put QDK on top. But that does not mean that I continue. Personally, Gurbaz, continues.
QDK looks very pleasing to the eye. Very aesthetic.
Whenever he gets going, yeah.
Very few
that's very
batters
rare
look so
nowadays.
compact and so aesthetic.
Then you don't say the same about KL. He looked pleasing to the eye for so long. No, now you have started.
When he plays a good knock, he looks very pleasing.
Same, I'm telling you.
For QDK
when he plays a good knock.
No, even also +1 for me. I would go with Gurbaz if he is obviously fit. Because there were reports that he is not
he was not well.
fit.
He had viral or
some
something.
illness. Yeah.
We can have a mid-season transfer also. There are
Now
the
that
has been scrapped.
But
That's
why
not there now.
that should have been there.
No, I'll tell you why. Because in all the years of having mid-season transfers, there were no transfers.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the reason, because I spoke to franchises. So, I'll give you an example now, specific example, because I was talking to a few franchises that time. There was one franchise that approached one North Indian franchise that approached another North Indian franchise who had 2 leg spinners in their rank. Okay, and one of the leg spinner was not playing at all.
Yeah.
He was just not playing, sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
So mid-season, the other franchise thought, let's get a leggy on board. They realized that they were lacking a leggy, and so they approached that franchise saying he's not playing for you. We'll get him, and it could have been an easy thing. That franchise refused.
Yes.
And I was wondering, and it's not that they played him. Actually, they played him a few games after that. I think that was not so much tactical. It was just because I've not sold you, so I will, show everyone that there's a reason. Because see, the owners know each other. So supposing you asked me for a player, I was not playing him, and you said, listen, you're not playing him, give it to me. You said, no, I'm going to utilize him. And then a few matches you utilized him to show that, see, I need him. Not that it was anything tactical or you needed to. So they did that. So then I tried to find out from the coaching staff as to why that happened. I tried to find out from the other franchise that didn't give. Okay. And I found out, and it was a very simple reason. And I thought of, so they said that what is the advantage you get? Okay, so we look at it this way, that listen, you're not going to be utilizing this resource. You offload him, you save so much money. Yeah. You are offloading him. But the franchise says this much money is of no worry to us. Why should we allow? See, because the whole pool is such that there is a cap on how much you can spend for a team. If you don't have that cap, the teams have the ability to spend a lot more.
Yeah.
So imagine their appetite, how much they can go. So they are saying, I don't want to save 1 crore, 2 crore, because I may not play him, but why should I allow the other team to get strong?
Exactly.
By that, that 1-2 crore makes nothing for me. So I don't want that franchise to be strong. So I'll keep him in the bench, but I will not release him. So then this happened then I realized that why is it that transfers are not happening? And the thing is, we don't get to know about transfers. See, this talk never comes out. You only get to know when the transfer has happened. So then I was wondering why it doesn't happen. Then when I got to know a few things that this is how it is, then maybe IPL, see, we got to know a few cases, then IPL must have also realized that this is what happens. So they said, जब कोई देगा ही नहीं, what's the point of having this rule?
I think it was there for 3 years and I think it was scrapped.
At max, 2 or 3 years.
It never
And
happened.
there was not a
even
single
one.
transfer.
Yeah, not even one.
What happened was pre-season there were transfers. For example,
Window.
Shardul went to
Avesh actually went from LSG
To
RR to LSG.
That's
once
fine
again.
because then you're doing strategically. No.
Yeah.
Once the tournament starts, you don't want the other team to be strong. So it's not so much I need him. Why should I give him?
Rahane also, right? He was also part of a pre-season transfer.
Yeah. He went
RR
to Delhi.
Delhi.
Went to Delhi. Yes.
LSG to
Ashwin went to
From
Delhi.
From PBKS to DC.
Yes.
Delhi gave somebody, I don't remember whom.
Yeah. Shardul.
Shardul.
Yeah.
I think they gave Shardul away.
Yeah.
No, Shardul, they picked for 10.75 crore.
KKR
but they
picked him.
released him the next season.
Yeah,
Something.
KKR picked him for 10.75, right?
Delhi.
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 Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, but if you turning back to this match, I think total dominance. SRH now they are in the bottom of the table now.
What do you think SRH is batting? Because everyone got excited the first match that they play.
260,
and last
286.
season they were so successful.
They're just making the equation easier for themselves, now. Now it's very straight. They have to win 7 out of the remaining 10.
No, this match yet again shows.
How are they making it easy?
Simple maths.
I don't understand.
Not complicated here, there, win.
Like stick cricket,
Straight.
na? We hit only
Straight
4s and
calculation.
6s and you register a win on the computer, right? This match is a clear-cut indication that whatever you want to paint with, okay, aggressive intent, aggression look good, but once it fails, it spectacularly exposes the fact that, boss, if you show aggression, if you show the intent, you have to win. What has changed from last year? The pitches. You are not getting those national highways anymore. So SRH's batting is
The
not
reason for not getting that is also SRH only, though.
Of course, but then now they can't adapt.
All the teams, if anyone was scared of any team, it was SRH at the beginning of the season.
Sure. But now they are
I
at
was
the
not
bottom.
scared. I don't have them in my top 4.
Even I
Exactly.
didn't have.
But still, the pitches and all, everything we know.
Sure.
There's a reason, and I'll tell you why.
Bowling.
Yes, but see in the batting also. See what's the difference? That why were they the team that they were last season? Because of the opening partnership.
Yes.
I think Travis Head will still give you that kind of knocks. He will. See, you can't expect him to be successful in every game, and he was not even successful in every game. The difference was Abhishek was in tremendous form. Now, if you see Abhishek, even for the Indian team, he is either hit or a miss.
Yes.
And those hits are together, and then the misses are also together. So some series he'll have outstanding, then he'll have a bad series, then he'll have another very good series. So now what that is telling me, if his failures are going to come in clusters, then I fear the worst for SRH, because then that really affects this. So if it's going to be season by season and series by series where there are 5 matches, 6 matches, and that is the trend that follows. He's already played 4 games and is averaging 8 in those 4 games. And if that trend continues, that is where the problem is lying. Nitish Kumar Reddy is also not showing the kind of form that he showed last season. That's the other worry that they have. So put together, and rest of the batters were never even called into playing. Klaasen also, I know he can do the job. Probably today was a kind of pitch that he really wouldn't have enjoyed. Ishan Kishan wasn't part of their team. He's been asked to come here and play that kind of cricket, but do we have a faith of him being consistent in playing that kind of cricket? We don't know. He didn't show that. See, in Mumbai he was part of a bigger lineup where there were bigger match winners than him. He just needed to play a supporting role. I'm afraid here he will have to be one of the players who steps up and does that. Does he have the ability to do that? So I think all of that put together, it does raise a few questions over Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Which is why I said, see, everybody's fortunes in the Sunrisers Hyderabad camp depend majority on Travis Head. Klaasen, I think, is going to be weighed down by the price tag. it's looking
No,
like
but at least he has got
gone
off
for
to
18.
consistent starts in all the matches that he has played.
only.
But again, it's not the Heinrich Klaassen who can give the fear in the opposition that yes, I am there, I will hit you out of the park. It's not that Heinrich Klaassen yet.
And maybe that's primarily because, you know, most of the oppositions that SRH have gone up against, they have gotten their top three very early.
Yes, Nitish Reddy, I mean, forget his batting. Today, even in his fielding, he was pretty sloppy. Yeah. And we associate Nitish Reddy
Dropped
as
the
a...
catch also.
Yeah, he was a gun fielder last
And
year.
I don't understand why do these all-rounders in that sense, even Venkatesh Iyer, it was the same story. They bowl in one season and then suddenly they stop bowling. That doesn't make sense.
The impact rule.
Again, you start becoming a one-time. Nitish Reddy came into the Indian team and all of them do this. They come into the Indian team as all-rounders and then they are just...
I'll tell you why they're not. It's not their choice, na?
Yeah, it's not their choice, but again...
So there's reason why he's not bowling. Because if he was bowling, then you would have got your wish of 250. It's a fact.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, we get excited by fast bowling all-rounders, that's what I'm saying. But the fast bowling all-rounders are rare. I'm not kidding, I actually rate Ramandeep the bowler much more than Nitish Reddy.
Yeah.
Is Ramandeep getting any chance to bowl?
Why didn't then Ramandeep play test matches?
Good question. Maybe because they wanted a batter. And in that sense, I think
Nitish's
Kumar
batting...
Reddy, batting trumped him. But because you're talking about bowling, so I'm sticking to the bowling and not the batting. I think Ramandeep is a far better bowler than Nitish Kumar Reddy when it comes to bowling medium pace.
Yeah.
Actually, Ramandeep can be the backup to Hardik Pandya. He's actually in that mold.
Yeah.
But he's not getting a chance to bowl. Why is he not getting a chance to bowl? Because they already have 6 bowling options that probably are better than even getting a Ramandeep. So if that's the situation, how do you blame an SRH also not getting a Nitish Kumar Reddy? I think, also today, look at the situation today. Majority of the game, SRH thought they're in control. So you really didn't need to go to Nitish Reddy. It's those last 5 overs that they went berserk. Now, at that stage, you cannot go a Nitish Reddy.
Yeah.
Mid overs, you could have, let's say they had a great start and then all your bowlers got hammered. Then mid overs, you would have said, okay, Nitish Reddy, you come in and bowl an over or two. But that's not happening. Like they got in that game where they were losing, they even got Ishan Kishan to come and bowl.
Yeah,
he bowled
one ball.
No, but that was just, game is done.
Game is done. Yeah, they did. They did. But then see, today, promoting Kamindu over Heinrich.
But see, this is what it's telling you. Kamindu amazing test career he's had, brilliant. But again, do you rate him as a T20 batter? I don't.
Really.
But then that's actually telling you their backup.
Yeah.
What is Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting backup? If Abhishek Sharma, let's say, does not have a great time, you have no option but to continue. Who are you going to go to?
You just have Atharva Taide
and Sachin Baby.
Yeah.
And Atharva Taide. See, that's what I'm saying. It's either... So you've actually, banked on this plan A. You put all the eggs in the same basket.
Yeah.
This is it. My A team is this, and the A team looks gun. But then if in that A team 1 or 2 don't do well, I have nobody to come and replace them. That's not the problem.
Sachin Baby.
That's what I'm saying. No, but again, it's not
can't
the
bank on
same.
them,
No,
yeah.
That's basically...
You are in a state where right now a young Aniket Verma, who I'm not doubting as a very, but you've already reached a stage where you're relying on he will be the match winner.
Correct.
Again, he can be, and he's a young upcoming cricketer, but you cannot have a team where you're going to be looking at a debutant in the IPL to be a match winner. It's not going to happen.
Exactly. It was like how Punjab had hopes on Paul Valtati in one season to deliver them. But then see, this is the thing. All of them got the price tags, and Heinrich Klaassen will be weighed down very heavily with that. 23.
Yeah.
See, barring a Shreyas, whoever has gotten the big bucks so far, 14 games have happened. This is the second week of IPL. None have fired. There is a reason why people who get more than 15 or 20 plus crores, there is that pressure of expectations is too much. Not many can cope up with it. Only a Shreyas Iyer is coping up with it. He's got captaincy. He's got 26.5 crores. Now he's gotten Punjab to 2 wins. But will that consistency remain? That we'll see by the end of the second week of May. There is a reason why players can't live up to that price tag because the expectations are way too much. And especially with foreigners. if you look at it, Stark and Cummins were the outlier in 2024. But look at the rest. Morris, no. Curran, no. Stokes, no. There's a reason. Maxwell never. I mean, when the moment he got picked for $1 million in 2013, he hardly played for the Mumbai Indians.
5.3 crores, yeah.
Yeah, he hardly played.
Just a couple of games.
After that, Punjab Kings 1 season. Big deal. But what has he done in
Chakravarthy
11
also
years?
went for 8 crore, na? First season, played just 1 or 2 games then also.
PBKs.
That's the thing. This is where SRH are going to have a problem. I think they were the only side, apart from, I think they retained 5 players, right? Klassen, Cummins, Head, Abhishek, Nitish. They had to only do a uncapped RTM. That's where their whole plan fell flat. You didn't bank upon 4 guys failing.
I think not having
their retentions weren't bad. If you and I were
on
also doing
current
that, we
form,
would have done it. It's just that it's not coming. And as I said, Abhishek being inconsistent doesn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise, yes.
But I don't think they accounted for that.
I think not having a plan B is probably going to be the reason why SRH will suffer a downfall in IPL 2025, because the point here is that when you know you had a blistering season in 2024, you were going all guns blazing, runs were coming, there were wickets also consistently. But the one thing that maybe SRH have failed to figure out, or maybe failed to prepare, is that the teams are going to come for them. It's as simple as that. They are going to be much more prepared for the likes of Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, because they know that if they get those 2 or 3 wickets within the first 3-4 overs, more than half the job is done. And that's where I think SRH have actually faltered. They failed to have a plan B, and I won't be surprised if this continues to be the trend, like the loss they suffered against KKR today. I actually don't see SRH making a comeback at all.
What is the other failure?
But they do have match winners. See, in that sense, a Klassen is a match winner. Ishan Kishan has already won you 1 game. I don't think that Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head will not be able to win 1 game at least each. And then Pat Cummins as well. So
Travis Head has already won you a game, yeah?
No, 1 more each.
So Abhishek is not.
Abhishek
1 up from Abhishek and 1 more from Travis Head, minimum I'm saying. If
So
they have
2
a bad,
for Head and
if they have a terrible season, that is.
1 from Abhishek.
Yeah, so with that logic, I count the
But will that be enough for them to qualify for the
Aniket Verma, na?
dropped?
That is...
One can
But
play.
play both, yeah.
Fair who in place of whom?
Look,
Right now,
I don't know.
Who
Look,
will you drop?
The policy
I
of
don't know who I will, but
SRH...
if
You tell, no, say it.
See,
Say it.
the policy of...
Who will
are
you
their
drop to
overseas players?
Yeah,
Ishan Malinga, Vian Mulder, Adam Zampa.
Adam Zampa.
I'll get I'll remove a Kamindu,
Yeah.
get a
Mulder.
Mulder, and I can remove a Simarjeet and get a
Manohar.
yeah.
Simarjeet, what has happened to him suddenly this IPL? He's being hit all over the park.
But even
by
with
everybody.
CSK, when he got a couple of games, he was hit.
No,
around the
CSK
park.
he was bowling fine.
No.
Alongside Mukesh Chaudhary.
Mukesh Chaudhary. I mean, but see, look at SRH's bowling. That's where in the auction they lost it. Cummins, if you look at it, Shami, Harshal, okay, they're good, but Shami, his T20 numbers aren't great. That's why in the IPL he's only had 1 or 2 good seasons.
No, he'll pick you wickets, but he'll go for runs.
He will
Today
go for
was an
runs.
aberration, but
Yeah.
he's been
Economical.
very good with his economy.
Harshal
And
can
why it,
get wickets,
and why it
same
happened with
category.
Shami? Because Pat Cummins did the right job by bowling his 3
In the power play.
of his 4 overs within the power play, and that's where Shami is the most effective.
Harshal can get wickets, but can leak a lot of runs. So 2 bowlers can leak runs, but can take wickets. But in T20Is, you need to control economy also. Spin bowling lineup, possibly the weakest in the IPL of 2025. That's the weakest. If Zampa doesn't fire,
No. They'll be
Mumbai. But they have Santner.
No RCB.
RCB. No, they have
Krunal,
your
Suyash.
favorite. You were making him captain, yeah.
That wasn't
Krunal
because of him
Suyash.
bowling spin.
So what you making captain for batting?
Because they had nobody else. That's why.
But captain has to be a regular member of the
No,
squad.
but then
Dude, that
at
too he will be
least-
all
Why are you
throughout the
crying?
season. No, that too he will be all throughout the season.
No, the point with SRH is they don't know how to utilize their spinners. They don't know whether they want to feature Adam Zampa consistently. You also have Rahul Chahar warming the bench. So they don't know what to do
is
with the
Rahul
spinners.
Chahar?
That's
I mean,
the point.
But again, Rahul Chahar, if you look at it in that Mumbai Indians super team that was in 2020, he was the only guy who slightly underwhelmed.
He also bowls quick in the air, na?
That's why he was picked in that T20 World Cup. I know in 2021. But again, in that entire team, they are the weakest spin bowling line. At least Mumbai have a Santner. At least he's considered to be one of the best white ball spinners that is there. Gujarat have the best spin bowling lineup. KKR, I think.
KKR also.
KKR have the second best.
Even Rajasthan, they
Delhi, I
arguably
think
have
third
one
best.
of the
Kuldeep
best.
and Akshar, they're Indian spin.
No,
bowler.
but Akshar is not.
No,
able
but
to-
still,
Akshar batter I love. Akshar fielder also very good. Akshar captain is also doing a good job.
Bowler
Akshar
is still okay
thoda
type.
sa-
I will say, okay,
Yeah.
I'll change my statement. KKR have the best spin bowling lineup. CSK are second.
I think even
KKR
RR have a good spin lineup. Thikshana, Vanendu Hasaranga. There is Kumar
Very-
Kartikeya also.
Yeah, but
Better
okay.
than most teams.
Yeah, better than
Mid-table.
many teams,
yeah.
Mid-table.
I think I would say top 4. Definitely. RR.
See, LSG have got a lot of spinners, but whether they are consistent or not, I don't know. Bishnoi has leaked, of course.
You know, he said best. Punjab have a decent. Harpreet Brar not
Harpreet
even getting a
Brar,
chance to
I know,
play.
but I think they are okay in
And
that
UZ
sense. UCHL, but I think he's not fired in that sense. But
so now he's not fired, still he's picking 2 wickets. So on a bad day of UCHL, you can expect at least 2 wickets from him.
He's picking 2 wickets.
That last game he picked 2, na? Puran.
48 for 1. I
No,
think.
he took one.
One only
One.
of this Puran.
Yeah.
Nicholas Puran Singh, yes.
That
that's
was
the-
enough actually.
Yeah, 48.
that was
I think
enough.
his figures were 48 in 4 overs
Yeah,
or something
one
like
for
that.
48, yeah.
Oh no, one for 38, 36 I think if I'm not mistaken. One for 36 or something.
Yes.
I
One
think-
for 36, yeah.
There you go. See,
Puran.
remember
That's a
the
bad
figure.
day.
But you're saying
Yeah.
2 wickets.
1-1, chalo, 36 runs, but one Puran
See,
is equivalent.
They have got a Glendeep Singh Maxwell, okay? One for 22.
That's
Playing
what
those two
their
spinners.
social media also said.
But they have a Harpreet Brar. I don't know why they are not playing him that much. I think he will play a part in Mullapur.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the winning team.
KKR.
KKR. There were question marks about Ajinkya Rahane, the captain, in our pre-show. A lot of people sending us pressure on him. We stuck by him. Today, Ajinkya Rahane, the captain, I think a lot of credit goes to him. Not only in the way he batted, but probably the messaging that went to the team to play the conditions rather than just going berserk. I think that was good. His catch was outstanding, and
Yeah.
I think his bowling today as well. What I liked about him is a lot of times captains are thinking about who's my death bowler, who's my that over. Today he went for the kill.
Kill, yes.
He saw them, he's on the mat, and that's a sign of a good captain. You have your, leg on the opposition's throat, and you're not letting it go. You have it, you want to put him down there and then. This is what I like. So he got on a Varun Chakravarthy and Naren, go for it. Get me the wickets as quickly as possible. So I like, as we said, Ajinkya Rahane, the captain, is a wily old fox, and he showed us today.
Get Rahane, an Australian opposition captain, he gets his best. He's never lost to an
And
Australian
Cummins was the
captain.
captain in BGT, that time.
Which one? 20?
Yeah.
No, Payne
20.
it was.
Pain.
Yeah, pain.
There was a lot of pain in the
that
Australian
was
team.
Payne.
Yeah.
Correct. After that only.
Yeah. So get an Australian captain as an opponent, and Rahane comes into beast mode as a captain. I mean, today, everything he touched, it was turning into gold.
Is it fair to say that Angrich Raghuvanshi has been the best batter so far?
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
throughout. He's 6th on the most runs also on that chart. He's 6th on the highest run getter as well. But he looks very assured.
Most consistent.
Yeah.
Every match, I think whether they win or lose, he's the one who's getting you decent runs
I
and
think
at
he's
a
learning.
decent click.
Yeah.
No, that's
He's
something-
either winning or
still-
learning.
Yeah.
That's something that you get with confidence, because if you tell someone that, boss, you're going to play all these matches for us irrespective of the form that you show.
He was told that.
I think so, he was, because I was reading one of his interviews, before the IPL, and there was an indication that he would get that extended run.
Plus, he comes from Shashwat's favorite coaches.
Abhishek Nair.
Seems, yeah, people
Yeah,
personal
we
coaching
know
from
that.
him,
We
na.
know that, yeah.
Personal coaching.
So that is also showing that
is
confidence. His
Dogged determination.
Reverse sweeping.
And he wasn't making it to the Mumbai S-Mat team most of the times in the 11.
Yeah.
Because
But
they were
this
so
is-
packed.
This is a rarity. People from small town go to Mumbai to play. He's a Delhi boy who's
Yeah.
gone to Mumbai to play. And people run away from Mumbai because they don't get a slot.
Yeah.
He said, no, I will take the toughest place where it is the toughest to make the 11.
No,
and I'll make
tougher
the
in
11.
Delhi.
No, yeah. In terms
Here-
of here the toughness is different.
Yeah.
I'm saying tougher in terms of quality to make the 11.
Yes.
Here you can be the best player and still be out. But that is based on
Best
I think
players to
he
are
has
out only,
that mentality.
Not
Kadus khelna hai. Dogged determination.
There you have to work hard. Here you have to saaf karo the dhool. You have to do all this
I mean,
in a fight, in a match,
Or send off.
send off.
You'll have to show that you're from Delhi.
I mean, the Mumbai
Exactly.
presence
He's
in
gone to
Kolkata. I think enough said about the Mumbai presence in Kolkata. Rahane, Raghuvanshi,
Chandrakant
Chandrakant
Pandey.
sir.
So Raghuvanshi is Delhi.
Yeah,
He's
but
playing for Mumbai.
playing for Mumbai. I mean,
Greater Kailash boy.
yes. Wow.
South Delhi boy, yes.
South Delhi boy.
South Delhi boys. So, yes.
Very rare, huh? Because
I
most
know.
are West Delhi boys who play for India. This is a South Delhi boy.
Wow. None from East Delhi or North Delhi.
No, northwest is kind of same, but
Northwest, I think Sehwag?
East, yeah.
Najafgarh.
Najafgarh
Yeah,
is
yeah.
northwest, yeah.
Kohli, West Delhi.
Where's it?
Haan, but
East, I think.
East, no.
Unmukh
Shan-
Chand.
Harshit Ahuja.
Andre Nell. Light.
Where's Harshit Rana from?
I don't know his area.
Area, yeah.
Where he lives,
Area
that
you
I
don't
don't know. Not a...
But yeah, none from East Delhi. That is very surprising. Yeah, but see,
No. Okay, now Manjot Kalra is from East.
but he's not played for
Not
India.
India. But even Angrish hasn't played for India.
Yeah, Manjot is East Delhi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Badoni?
Badoni is East, not
No, he's West Delhi, no?
No, Pitambura is not...
From my area.
That is West or
yeah.
East?
West.
West Delhi.
West Delhi.
Delhi,
Northwest
yeah.
Delhi, yeah.
He first needs a geography lesson in Delhi
Yeah,
or
good
Delhi
Delhi
boy.
wala hai.
I stay there only. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Badoni. But
Okay,
yes.
so the, Angrish Raghuvanshi established the best batter that there is. I think the one guy who'd be the most relieved today, since Siddharth spoke about price tag pressure on Klaasen, I think will be Venkatesh Iyer,
Yes.
because this was a much needed knock. He was. And forget the performances before this, which weren't great, but imagine, I'm trying to think of his thought process while he was batting today. It seemed like a difficult time, and I'm sure doubts would have come into his mind, as it did from us watching on the outside, that he's struggling to connect, he's struggling to get the innings going. You need some big hits. It wasn't happening, and then boom, it starts
Cummins
with
over.
1 over. And then he hits 4 fours in a row.
But yeah, Cummins
Then-
over really changed that entire complexion of the game.
And see, this is the confidence I think that he needed. You need a Venkatesh Iyer firing. You spend a lot of money on him. You need to have him in good form. Rahane has also shown you decent form. And once that, see, this was the only problem area for KKR, that their middle order. So the opening, I said, will be unpredictable, and I think they accept it. But it's the middle order that will have to step up on most occasions. The only worry for them has been Andre Russell, who today picked wickets, but then he got hit while bowling,
Cummins,
dropped a catch,
Yeah.
a very important catch, and in batting also really hasn't come to the party.
Because he's not even gotten that much opportunity.
I
Just the
know.
last game he got an opportunity, he had few overs to bat, but by then the
But
match
see,
was
that's
over.
his role. See, that's why he gets paid the big bucks. He's not the guy who will get a lot of balls.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be changing the
He
complexion
needs
of a
to
game.
basically
in
hit 3 to
6-10.
4 sixes in each game.
Yeah,
out of the 10
6-10
12
balls he's going to have.
And that's what I think the players now do realize, that the finishing role is so specific that all they need to do is hit 3 sixes, and if they do that 14 times in a row, I think their money is justified.
Not 14 because there's a high failure rate. If you do it 50%
Three
of
sixes
the
on
game,
an average, I'm saying. On occasions you'll need 6, on occasions you might need
play
1.
impactful 30s
Yeah.
in half the games. That's it. You've done your job.
Yep.
30s, 40s. Some days you'll have failure. Some day you'll get a 60 also.
Yes.
So then that just balances out. So for KKR, things falling into place. Rinku also getting a few runs today, much needed for
Much
him.
needed, yeah.
Will take that confidence going forward. But the biggest positive for me from this game is that finally the truce has happened. The
Yeah.
curator and KKR, because that is not one game specific, no, that will define the entire season.
Yep.
And
Will you do the
so-
same when India plays here? The curator.
Yeah, they're playing a
Yeah.
test
Yeah,
match.
He does it as per the BCCI guidelines. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So, yeah, automatically.
BCCI guideline says no interference on the team.
No, from the team, players or any franchisee officials. No interference.
Okay.
Curator will do what curator wants.
Yes. And Iyer's making
Guidelines
Kolkata happy.
change
Where have you heard
very
that?
frequently.
Guidelines
Family
also.
guidelines also changed recently. I was seeing somewhere.
No, they didn't change.
No, nothing has changed.
Talks.
They'll think about
Huh.
it. That's the point.
That means eventually you'll get the notice that
But
it's
all
been changed.
rules are meant to be changed.
Meant to be changed, yes.
Guidelines will also keep changing.
So quickly.
Well,
After one test series to another.
yeah. Well, Iyer's making
Then after
Kolkata
England
happy.
Again, some guidelines will come.
Yeah. Iyer's making
the retirement
when you
will
look
come.
at it, take 4. Iyer's making Kolkata happy again. Where have we heard that before?
Only a year can make.
Only Iyer can make Kolkata happy. Shreyas, Venkatesh, and Krishnan Iyer.
Who's that?
Tarak Mehta ka Ulta
Mehta,
Chashma.
that-
Iyer and Babita.
Which rule Sidvi sir was about to say?
Don't start.
you don't know
that.
this?
I know,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't know this character.
This,
Krishnan
you can tell
Iyer.
the story again.
The name itself should be enough to say.
He also got 2-3 rounds would give of that audition, na?
No, I am not talking about it on air, please.
Come on.
It is a deep scar that is there
Why?
on my
If you
heart.
would
How
have been
many-
selected-
No, the scar. is
Every
not
single
because
time
he
you
didn't
tell
get
me
selected.
something, it's a deep scar.
No, it is. It's not because he didn't get selected. The deep scar is because a non-South Indian got to play that role, which is right.
Yeah.
It's like, Mind Your Language, which used to come in BBC in England.
Yeah.
They got a Sri Lankan to play a
Ranjit,
Sikh
yeah.
gentleman. Like, I was like, in UK,
Yeah.
you can't find a Sikh
know.
character to play.
I mean,
It's like saying in Punjab, I can't find a Sikh gentleman.
exactly. They got a
In
Japanese
Canada,
as an
UK
authentic guy. So.
No, they got authentic for everyone. Italian, Spanish, Hungarian, whatever they
Seriously.
got. Chinese, all are authentic. Indian guy is a Sri Lankan guy who's
Sri
playing a
1,000 apologies.
Pakistani also is.
Very authentic, yeah.
Because he was Pakistani.
You would have been part of
1,000 apologies.
Tarak
That's all I
Mehta.
would say. Forget it. Please. I'm not going to get there.
That was the biggest blunder in television history.
You
Whoever
never
was
know.
the casting director should have been sacked.
Well, he does hail from Venkatesh Iyer's home state. So,
So that's what happened to. That's what happened
yeah.
to.
Tanuj Vanshabh, he hails from, I think, 70 kilometers away from Bhopal. That's
So
where
he's
he's
saying
from.
that's okay. He didn't get selected, anyone, but you could have gotten an authentic
Yeah.
Tamilian to.
But I think you would have been a
I heard
good.
that story 10 years back.
I think you could have been a good fit for that
You
character.
would have been very good.
I heard that.
Yeah. I could have at least spoken authentic Tamil. Unlike Iyer, who can't speak. The Iyer in TMKC can't speak a word of Tamil.
They don't need to know, it's a Hindi show.
So Shreyas, I don't think is Tamil.
Yeah, but he's a Mumbaiker. I mean,
No. His Iyer.
Shreyas Santosh Iyer.
He's
Half Tamil.
no. He's
Mangalorean. He's
mother is Mangalorean.
Mangalore.
Father is
Ha.
Tamram, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, he's
50%.
50%. Yes. Venkatesh is, I think, half MP and
He
half
plays for
Tamil.
MP,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's not get into that, please.
Okay, let's get into
Any injury update from Chennai Super Kings? Do you
no.
anybody who's about to get injured or in the lines? They're calling players for trials now. That's
I
all
think
that's
that is a normal practice. They will call players for practice in the middle
No,
of a thing.
not batters. You call bowlers to bowl, but I
Also-
don't think batters.
Who's going? I didn't know.
Ayush Matre,
Ah.
who's called by Chennai Super Kings.
That
for
Mumbai
trial.
opener?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's also given his trial.
Maybe they want to move away while looking for an option.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dahiwala is here. This, please allow Shashwat to read it.
Sidvi sir, I
Please.
You
Huh?
read it, I'll won't be distance.
Okay. Shashwat
No,
observe.
okay. Dahiwala is saying, Shashwat,
5 months.
you said that there was no demons in Sydney pitch. Today you are saying it's a flat pitch. How did you see that? He wants to know. Tell us the mystery.
No, pitch, I think pitch, everybody reads it very differently. There's no scientific.
No, people read pitch differently, but
No.
Why are you reading
Few
it
days
wrong?
back on the last weekend only, all three of them read the pitch wrong. I read it correctly. So all of them.
what happened?
Yeah,
He
he was the
ordered-
one who
yeah.
actually
Which
got
one?
it correct.
Which match?
I think it is the
I don't remember the match.
that
but-
GTMI.
yeah. But
What
they
happened?
thought the pitch was flat.
Ahmedabad. Yeah.
I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
got 20 runs more because the wicket was stopping. So these things. tend to happen.
You'll get more Sunny Gupta moments, don't worry.
Right?
I mean,
But he really closely, he observes.
He's a viewer. He is watching closely.
Everything he watches.
That's what we want, now.
Yeah,
Viewers
yeah,
to be
there is
watching
a
us
Shashwat
closely.
Balla, there is a Dahi Balla. That's the only difference, yes.
Really like his name.
Yeah, Sandpaper. Why so much less crowd? Is it because of KKR performance or ticket price? I think
Good.
it's the second one.
Yeah, good question.
Could be the ticket
There was
price,
about a 40% empty stadium,
Yeah.
which is very rare at the Eden Garden, especially for KKR matches. I mean, they just turn up in huge numbers. It's always sold out. But this time, yeah, you're right. 40% were not there. I think it's the ticket pricing.
Ticket pricing only, yeah.
They back their team no matter what performance.
Certain sections of the stadium were absolutely empty, which is very surprising. There was one.
There are many he's
Yeah.
skipped.
I love mutton biryani.
No, there was above this also.
There was one more, yeah.
No,
Yeah, this one.
of course.
Yeah, this one.
1 second. Okay, he's saying that, the LSG owners, they like wicket keepers. Ashish Dhar is saying. They got KL first, Rishabh, who knows, maybe Sanju might be a...
Yeah, 3 years
Victim,
later,
next
let's
victim.
see.
But why have you given up hope on Rishabh Pant already only, yeah? I know he's had a bad start,
Yeah.
but I think it's best to judge him at the end of the
End of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
year, yeah.
IPL.
That's the only way.
Anyway, now this is a 3-year contract, so whatever changes will happen now.
If LSG finish wooden spoon, then it might only be a 1-year contract.
You can release
Yeah.
players.
You can release him, yeah, that might happen.
But RR may not release.
Of course.
I don't think they'll ever release Sanju.
Does Mr. Goenka provide private jets to reach the auctions?
What's that got to do with
Does-
it?
Then the
Doesn't matter.
contract will stay for 3 years.
Doesn't matter. No. You think it's up to him to decide what the contract is? Rishabh to decide?
No.
Then
It's up to the
the
owners.
private jet didn't help keep that contract, na? Then,
That's true.
so how does it matter? Doesn't help.
I love mutton biryani. 300 par, not reaching 150. They are flat track bullies.
But there is a point there.
Of course.
I think they are a condition-specific batting lineup, and they will do well when the conditions are conducive. When they're not,
Correct.
we've spoken about it a lot. I think they'll find it tough. AJ says today the stadium was so vacant. This is because the fare they are charging is 3,000 to 4,000 minimum, and the services they are providing are pathetic, alarming. AJ, again, so just answering that previous question, that is a valid point, and I hope that, and I'm saying very honestly as a lover of the sport, Indian audience needs to rebel against this,
Correct.
against substandard services, because right now the attitude is no matter what we give them, or rather what we don't give them, doesn't matter, they're still going to come in large numbers because we are crazy to go to the stadium. I have often said it, and it's a personal experience. Unless I'm sitting in a VIP box,
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I am not going to the ground, because nobody cares you. You don't get a ticket pass. You don't have a sticker for your car. You have to park miles away. You have to walk, and nobody is there to give you direction which gate to go to. Walking to the gate is so long. Once you go there, the toilets are dirty. I would want to take my family there. I don't want to go through that ordeal. You give me any day, I'd rather sit in the comfort of my house
Correct.
and watch the match, where I can, eat my food, have my snacks, whatever, have friends to chat to. If it's very hot, you can turn on the AC. You can do that. Do it at your home. Much better experience. Ground, it's not worth it unless they improve the facility. I often say, if you're abroad, you're in England, Australia, please go to the ground and watch it. You'll enjoy it. It will actually be an outing. Doesn't happen in India, and sooner or later, people will wake up to it.
Yep.
And only then things will improve. When you'll see, people are stop coming. They demand better facilities.
For all the big bucks, you're not giving the services that you should.
Because in any place, it is like that. It is like, I give an example. When there was a time when the kirana shops weren't very easily there everywhere, used to have ration shops. What would happen? People would stand in long queues to reach the ration shop. And what did you do? You gave them substandard stuff. You gave them lena hai lo, or get lost. So what happened? You did it. Eventually, shops started opening up. They started giving better things. They started giving offers, one pay, one free.
Yeah.
And then people realized that, boss, I'll go to a other shop which will give me better services, better things. And then it became to supermarkets and so. People move to wherever the service is better. And if it can be more affordable in that price, they'll move. So this is the only way they'll learn.
serially speaking, is saying fielding has been below par this season versus previous years.
Yeah.
As of now,
You know
yes.
that saliva is making it too stiff. So while it's doing the job with the ball, the fielders are finding it.
Fielders are
There is
finding
no
it
dew
tough.
also.
Yeah.
There is no dew. Well, that's I think because it's still quite hot at night, so
Correct.
dew is not really setting in.
Rashika Rajput from Canada is saying, as I said, SRH will bat 16
Correct.
overs.
Correct.
Yep.
But I must tell you, everything else may change. One thing is consistent. 16 overs matches is finishing.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Chasing teams have been winning this batting team, but one thing is done. It's between the 15th and the 17th over mark, game will finish. It's like a pact that they have signed, every team.
Indeed, indeed. Rashika Rajput again. Pick one IPL team which you will never support or secretly hate. Ooh. Be it any reason, maybe it's the branding, players, performance, your in-laws or...
Exes.
I pick CSK from 2000 for over-reliance on one player.
Ooh. So Rashika Rajput from Canada.
I don't think that CSK
Haan.
of 2008 did ever over rely on one player. Matthew Hayden you're talking
Hayden
about.
was there. There was Makhaya Teeny. They had all the guys
Albi.
who could do. Albi Morkel.
Hussey.
Hussey came
later, yeah,
Hussey came
2008,
later.
yeah.
Hayden
Hayden,
also,
Parthiv Patel, Suresh Raina, yaar, come on. Oof. But which
So you
one
want to
team?
answer that question? Any franchise secretly, it could be anything. Your ex was a fan, so you don't like.
Gulati, you begin first.
I'll have to think about
your
it. actually.
in-laws
Which
support that.
Which
so-
I will never support or secretly hate. Sahara.
Saransh, our producer, has said RCB. Why Saransh?
The attitude they carry.
Okay,
Never
so
won anything in-
so Saransh has said, our producer.
Because of their fan base.
Okay, so he says RCB because of their fan base who have this chip on their shoulder without having won anything, and they act like they are the cat's whiskers. So that's why he won't support RCB. That is Saransh. Okay.
I might never support Sahara Pune Warriors India. The
Arey,
now
yaar,
defunct
existing
team.
That is
franchise,
dead, yaar.
Arka Kochi Tuskers.
You are supporting the
or
dead.
Gujarat Lions.
I don't know.
Bhai, Gulati,
You can say no, there is no team there.
I don't think so. There's
your
any team.
cheaty,
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
cheaty behavior is really hurting us today.
RCB,
I'll
so
talk to you
because of
later.
the same reason, and I don't think it's even a secret. I openly don't like the franchise.
Because of fans.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
players, but fans.
Players also behave the same way.
Achha, you don't like that fights and they get this aggressive.
And they've never won it, that over animatedness of,
It's very pleasant to see a Delhi boy not like aggression in Shashwat.
No, it's not aggression.
It's nice.
It is.
it's just that aggression coming over aggression. You're not doing anything, you're just aggressive. That does not work.
For
You should
me,
have realized it by now.
LSG. Oh,
Okay. Why is that?
firstly, their jersey. Oh,
Looks like a night suit.
it looks like a night suit. Previously, it was a cheaper version of Gokuldam Premier League.
Light green color jersey.
Oh, that turquoise blue,
Who's
yaar.
made it?
Says a man who's wearing every color possible on his t-shirt today.
But at least have
But it's
bright,
smart.
solid colors.
Smart.
Then also the players, okay, there is nothing appealing about that franchisee which will root for you. There's nothing. Plus, when you look at it, whatever they whatever they do, they don't back it up with their performances. So,
Okay.
LSG for me.
Okay.
Primary for the jersey. Worst jersey in IPL.
Okay.
Yours?
I'll tell you none for me. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I don't like any or support any IPL team. And
Same.
what happens is that when you don't, now the hate is an emotion, or if hate is a strong word, but dislike or whatever is an emotion. When it comes with, because you like a team, and then anyone who's being nasty to that team, then you're like, okay, I'm not going to like this team. I like any other team, not like this. So then, or there's rivalry with one particular team and you don't want. But because I do not fancy any team, I honestly, every season I've like picked one or two teams who will do well. And that, as I realized, that has changed from many teams. Like it was SRH at one point, and I thought Lucknow was very good at one point. I supported Gujarat at one point, Chennai at one point. So it's just kept changing in different seasons. So there's never been any franchise that I've...
Yeah,
I mean, I have hate for, no, none.
correct.
Ashish Dhar, we finally found his network signal sporting issues. VI.
VI.
Venkatesh Iyer.
Iyer.
Yeah,
Oh.
Iyer.
Finally found his network signal.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But what is the context of that?
Is it that Vodafone idea?
They merged no Vodafone Idea VI.
Ah.
Now, finally, I think some settlement has come and they'll be getting the services.
What has that got to do with the match today?
VI, Venkatesh Iyer.
Ah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Pun on that. Okay.
I know.
Daiwala is here. Okay, what you want us to get somebody?
Wait.
Acha. That's a very personal comment. I'm not
Yeah,
taking that.
I didn't.
AJ is,
Let
I've
it be.
understood.
Yeah.
AJ is the way IPL is moving, and every other day one team makes their comeback. I think now winning IPL is more tougher than winning T20 World Cup. Your thoughts?
I remember, I think one of the cricketers even made this comment. I cannot
Yeah.
remember who said that.
No, I Mumbai Indians.
Rohit.
They said it's Rohit said it. It's
Okay.
Yeah, it's tougher to win in
Yeah,
IPL.
you're playing 16 games in 2 months, high intensity. It's even tougher than winning the T20 World Cup. That's what he had mentioned. So, yeah. But at least you won a T20 World Cup in the IPL era ever. That's you won for the first time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Shubham
But
Garg.
what does everyone make of this? Do you think winning IPL is tougher than winning the T20 World Cup?
I think, yeah, even I would agree with this.
Hmm?
Maybe.
Yes. High intensity. At least in a T20 World Cup, you're not playing that many opponents. But here, 10 teams, 9 teams, you're playing high intensity, home away, the travel and all the logistics. It's taxing.
Never easy.
No, I think the World Cup is much more.
Why?
Because the pressure is much more over there. The pressure and the
No,
expectations.
that
are-
is, you would think pressure in IPL
I
is
think-
less.
no,
There
IPL
is
is
obviously
little
part of
less.
an
Pressure here
IPL team.
also.
No, it's
In
not.
fact, I tell you, it's quite different. In when you're playing for India, you can be yourself. You
Yes.
can, the coaching staff takes over, and there's far more assurance about how long you'll be in the team and what the
Yeah.
plan is. In IPL, things change very fast. There is a lot of interference from everywhere. There's tremendous pressure, and also let's not forget. Nowadays, the money that's riding on your IPL contracts is so
Huge.
much that it changes your fortunes. Whereas in Indian team, it's a steady rise and a steady fall. It's not changes. So pressure-wise, I don't agree, but I do agree that World Cup is tougher. And for me, the reason is that the best 11 play. Best 11s don't play in IPL because you got 4 foreigners.
Four
So
foreigners,
imagine
yeah.
you are actually curtailed by not playing your best team because you only fit 4 foreigners.
Sometimes you have an uncapped player coming your way and all
Exactly.
of these things.
Yeah.
So there, it's like a tough fight where a lot of people, like we were just discussing SRH today, what is their backup? They'll have to go to a Sachin Baby or an Atharva Taide. Look at an Indian team. If you've got with a T20 team, your backup could be a Rishabh Pant, your backup could be a Shubman Gill. So these are your number 1 players in IPL team, but these are backup for a few countries.
Correct.
And so that I think makes
Yep.
it tougher. Shubham Garg, Nikhil sir, पढ़ लेता हूँ पहले है.
अच्छा आपके
Okay, chalo. He likes my oversized t-shirt, Shubham Garg. Thank you so much. And you are also, you've got 20 such. Yeah, I am not that rich. I only have very few. This is go to summer wear. Yeah, it is quite in vogue, oversized shirts as they have been for the last few years. Yeah, I'm happy you're
Yeah.
wearing them. Send us a picture of you wearing it to our Instagram handle. You can DM it to our Sports Today Instagram. We'll take it on the show.
Yes. We shall.
why not?
We shall.
Shubham Garg, please do that.
Yeah. Rashika Raj.
And Mr. Dhaiwala, you also send a picture. we want to see you as well.
Yes.
The nasty comments you make
I
about
know.
my colleagues. Want to see you.
First, I want him to personally talk to me once. He should text me once.
On your Insta?
Yeah.
Tell your Insta handle,
It Shashwat.bhalla15.
please. Send him a message. Mr. Dhaiwala. Okay, Rashika Rajput again from Canada.
I followed you also with that Insta. You didn't.
I don't follow everyone.
Yeah, he do.
Don't follow. Na? I follow you, Saransh.
Yeah, you follow everyone else.
Acha, I'll just follow Shashwat just now. What is your handle?
Ashwat.bhalla15.
Please take the next question.
Yeah.
Rashika Rajput has a question. What's the rarest thing to happen this year? Virat giving interview to Sports Today, RCB winning the title, Dhoni hanging up his boots, Tarak Mehta team coming in to the Sports Today studio. My answer is RCB winning the title.
Was the rarest thing to happen this year? Okay. Why is Virat giving interview to Sports Today a rare thing? It can happen.
It could happen.
Why not? It can happen anytime.
Yeah, that's why.
RCB winning the title.
That
That
seems
could
to be
also
rare.
happen.
Yeah.
Who knows?
See, the remaining three things for me can happen. Virat
Dhoni
interview, Dhoni and
episode,
Tarak
Tarak team coming in
Mehta.
the
But
Sports
RCB winning the title, you know,
I know. I think Tarak Mehta team coming to. We can organize
Yeah.
that. We can actually organize that.
Yes.
What is left? Dhoni. I think. rarest
Dhoni
thing
will
to happen.
not-
I think Dhoni will. This is his last season. I feel so.
Even I
could be
feel
wrong.
RCB winning the title. Dhoni for you.
So. Dhoni.
Dhoni.
RCB winning.
Oh.
Now we know Siddharth's answer to that earlier question also.
No.
He said it.
Yes.
He said it. Last couple of comments before we wind up. It is past midnight. Okay. कहीं भी रोक दे.
Yeah.
Freaking Awesome says this is the 8th loss for SRH in 11 games at Eden Gardens. Wow, this is the lowest total for SRH here. Only MI have done better than KKR at Eden Gardens.
Not
Interesting.
surprising. Mumbai Indians.
So unlike RCB, which are almost 50-50 at their home venue, KKR actually are good at their like MI are in Wankhede
I think they're the second best home record.
or
after CS.
Chennai in
Chennai in Chepauk.
Yeah.
They are the best. I think KKR in Eden are second.
yeah.
Yeah.
Priyanshu says, well played KKR. Now Lord Bauma will play for it in June. Only 34k attendance today. I fully understand why matches are one-sided this year as the GOAT script writer is busy.
Ah, come
somewhere else.
on.
Priyanshu.
Yeah. Very, very
Are you
mean.
saying especially when India has won 2 ICC titles?
I
It's a
know.
mean comment.
Very mean comment.
Lord
yeah.
Bauma,
World Test Championship. Cummins and
I saw him. There was some school match or something. He played there was a reel I saw where he's played a customary that ball. Some matches to happen in South Africa, and he's very nicely dressed in his formal trouser and
Yeah.
shirt, and one kid comes and bowls. But the most impressive thing is for that college or school match, whatever it was, packed house, packed house. Lovely to see that in South Africa because the interest in cricket in South Africa is really dwindling. It was
Yep.
I
lovely
think
to
the
see
same
that.
could actually, same was also the case for Hansi Cronje.
Yeah.
He used to go to those schools for.
No, I'm not saying that it's Bauma who did it, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
it may have been that school rivalry or a college rivalry that has got. But good to see a packed house. Those
Yeah,
days, of
absolutely.
course, cricket was very popular, but the last 20 years was seen a decline. So I was happy to see those many people turn up. Sarat Chandra, any update on Bumrah which you have as an MI fan? We want him as early as possible. Is he returning on April 7th?
no.
See, no, I'm hearing conflicting reports because some reports suggested that he'll take a long time, but that
Yeah.
report also suggested that Akashdeep is in a similar spot. Now Akashdeep has announced that he's going to be playing the
Correct.
next game, so I don't even trust newspaper reports. From what I know, what I heard not now a week ago, is that he may be looking for a comeback in a week or 10 days is what I heard. But then I read a newspaper article which said probably the whole of IPL he may not be there. So I don't know.
There are a lot of conflicting reports. Some
But
say
that's why I
even-
said that report also said Akashdeep is also
Yeah.
out of IPL, and Akashdeep is saying he'll play the.
There is a rumor floating around he may not play 3 out of the 5 tests against England. There's a rumor. There is no confirmed report at all on this.
Okay.
Yep. Siddharth.
Okay. Shubham Garg is saying don't follow Shashwat because Virat Kohli memes will come in your feed, Nikhil.
No, that's I don't.
I don't know. He's saying that. No, it's his opinion.
No, I'm
Sank-
not anti anybody.
Sanket Joshi is saying RR may be thinking what wrong did we do to lose to this inconsistent team. Yeah.
SRH.
Yeah.
286.
Yeah.
That was
Actually,
its-
before this, 1-1 win, both came against RR for KKR and SRH. The only team that had beaten was RR.
RR. Correct.
Yeah, you're right. But I think they few other teams will feel like that. On the day SRH gets going,
Yeah.
there will be a few other teams that will feel like that.
Exactly.
Siddharth says, Nikhil sir, great to see now Barca grinding. Yeah, 1-0 win. Flick has turned kids into monsters. We all love Xavi, but an elite coach shows why there are different strings of El Clasico coming. I always said, keep it short. I know not a lot of you are football fans. that there was nothing wrong in the next generation. I think La Masia always produces great players. You needed a good coach. You got one in Hansi Flick. Yesterday, I liked the fact that they, instead of being all aggressive, tried to hold the ball and play out a 1-0 win. But there were few things which I still think need working. I'll do another video.
Hansi Flick, super coach, along with Carlo.
Zizerman.
Yes, I mean, I remember that 2020 season, man. Bayern were an absolute wrecking machine.
Correct. And they hammered Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah. Although they won 1-0 against PSG, if I'm not mistaken.
8-2 happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
Whatever. Ashish there, if it was T20, Elizabeth would be Bhuvan's chosen impact sub.
Elizabeth. Good one on that. Okay, on that note, final couple of questions. We've got Turbolog. He wants to know, Siddharth, what is the update on your fan behavior book? You keep saying it's almost ready.
I mean, I've done 80 pages. I've got to do another 20-25 more. That's it.
No, that's too short a book.
Then
we need 200 minimum.
Nothing
200? Less than 200.
Okay. By the end of the IPL.
Okay, done. 80 pages, that's good.
Yeah,
well done.
Pages. Yep.
Well done. Vinod says, does Pujara or any Indian player playing counties starting from tomorrow when India A team will be announced? Who are the opening contenders if no Rohit apart from Iswaran, who judged only at nets? Good question. So quickly we'll try
KS Bharat, I think, is playing
county.
the
county. Shardul was supposed to go.
But now he's with LSG.
Yeah. So not many that we know.
Karun also could have gone, but now he's with Delhi Capitals.
Yeah. Pujara is doing commentary. Also, even if he goes to play county, I don't see a chance for him to return into the team.
I think you've gone past that era.
When is the India A team to be announced? I don't know. We'll try and find out.
They haven't even announced the central contracts here.
Yeah. So I think it'll take
that
time.
meeting got delayed. It's still not happening.
Who do you think are the opening contenders if there is no Rohit apart from Iswaran?
3. He'll bat at 3.
Well, why not Padikkal also, because he's a backup. He can be an opener.
I think Ayush Matre will be one for sure with the kind of domestic season Red
the
Ball.
Age of 70.
Yeah. What's wrong at 70?
No.
In England.
India A.
You need at least minimum 2-3 seasons here. Okay, see, India A, he may be an outside chance. Even
India A, I'm talking. We're talking about
outside.
India A now.
Oh, India.
Oh, India. I thought
He's saying if Rohit is not there, who apart from Iswaran?
I thought India. Iswaran there is.
Padikkal, Sai Sudarshan and Ruturaj Gaikwad.
But why are this? It's going to be KL and.
No.
KL
Not a certain. Jaiswal is a certain.
KL and Jaiswal will
He's
open.
asking for contenders.
Backup.
Iswaran to will definitely go. Iswaran to, I think, should now announce.
Ruturaj also, I think.
I think
Ruturaj.
Padikkal, Sudarshan and Ruturaj.
For me,
Sudarshan not to
Padikkal
open,
and
3.
Ishwaran.
Okay.
Padikkal will come from third match. Sorry, Sudarshan will come from third match into the team. Yeah.
Acha, he'll be playing the playoffs.
No. In England.
He means something else.
Third test, Sudarshan
Acha.
will make his debut in third test.
Yeah.
You are sure only 2 tests will be given?
Yeah. Not more than 2.
Acha. Okay, on that note, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for another edition of our Match Point show.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
LSG versus MI. That's the game.
In Lucknow.
In Lucknow. Ekana Stadium. Yep.
And day after tomorrow is a double header.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 games in the next 2 days.
Yep. CSK versus DC and SRH versus GT, right?
No, I don't know about the second game.
One is Punjab.
Punjab are playing RR. That we'll have to check. Yeah. But SRH
right.
GT is
Punjab
happening on
RR.
Sunday.
Punjab RR and Delhi SRH.
Delhi SRH. Wow.
Sorry, Delhi Chennai.
Delhi Chennai.
Anything you want to say, Shashwat? Anything under the sun? Any thought you had while you were watching the match? You said, I want to say it, and we didn't get to it. Nothing?
I think I had earlier said that SRH would finish 5th because it was a close tie for you and I also, not GT and SRH. I don't think SRH will finish 5th. I think it's going to be around 7th or 8th.
Yeah. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have picked 4.
I'm trying to
You take it out of the system.
Yeah, I'm continuing that.
No one picked SRH, right, in the top 4?
No, I didn't pick.
He did.
I have.
Oh, you heard.
I still have. Not
He has picked RCB to finish last and SRH to win top 4.
I think that might be the only swap in my top 4.
Could be.
Again, you'll do a swap. You already
No,
swap.
I won't swap. I think by the end of it, that will be.
So you're
the-
conceding that you got a wrong prediction.
Could be. No, I don't think so.
I might be
will start
tempted
seeing-
to swap one team out. Let's see. I'll wait for 2-3
You
games.
can only change once.
Same,
You can change
yeah.
it once throughout the season.
You can't change
Mid-season
it. at all.
transfer window,
Once
like
we can do. once I have done so, once only. Once anybody can do.
Bye bye. Take care. Good night. Nandri.
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam. Shubhratri. Shabba khair.
eat your vegetables
Don't trouble them.
and subscribe to Sports Today. Bye bye.
Like the video.
Like the video, share it with your friends, and tap that bell icon.